Hi YouTubers, and thank you for tuning in to today's toy review. Today we're going to be taking a look at 4 American themed waterbird toys, but they're not on the 4th of July. Yes, of course, yes, sadly they're not going to be on the theme of 4th of July. But yes, 3 products will feature the same species, but one of them isn't. Okay, so all of it is related to North America, as always, as per usual, even though we're not coming up towards the 4th of July. But anyways, let's just go ahead and grab the webcam. And yes, we've got a tiny Lowell N700 Shinkansen bullet train running there, because obviously, look at those cool lights, man. Oh, we just can't go any further, but we can still see the train. But nevertheless, it is a good sign, because we just can't have trains taking over videos, can't we? No. Anyways, let's go ahead and, how would you say it? Oh, there you go. Dump those products here. And let's start doing the toy review. Okay, so I think our first flip-up product, before we get into these 3 later on, I'm going to start off with this. A flip-up Origami British Wildlife Collection Swimming Canada Goose Pre-Nesting Duet Pack. Or Dual Pack as they call it, because there's 2 inside here. It costs about £5. Geez, everything's expensive these days because of the war that we're having at the moment, though, with, you know, well, obviously, we don't have any wars in the UK, but there's been some very, very bad wars, though. In fact, I mean, I just can't talk about it, though, because YouTube will just crush me. You know, with Ukraine and Russia. Oops, did I just say it right? Wrong, alright. Okay, there's the back of the packaging there. Got some geese caught shipping there. That obviously looks like it's taking place during spring. Early spring, or mid-spring, I guess, before their geese are born. Or should I say their goslings are born, Yeah, it's made in Thailand. As strange as it sounds, a lot of the flip-up products these days, they're now made in Thailand. And it's pretty much the result on why I've actually been into Malaysia this year. And crikeys, can you believe it? Obviously, speaking about countries, I feel like I need to make more 4th of July stuff to pretty much honour the American audience. And I'm actually making another set. Obviously, but let's take a look at the geese. This one looks quite sooty on both sides, looking fairly rough nut. Yeah, it's not that the best of all renderizations of a Canadian geese, but it looks the part. As you can see, the white chin strap on the face. You know, chin begins with C, and so does Canada, obviously. There's the white back part on where the toe is. Of course, that's the part where the body and the toe is, obviously, and there's the wings. I mean, to me, everything looks bright whenever you see Canada geese like that, but not when they have, like, pitons like that, being splattered like that. I want it all brown. But there you go, there's the name. Canada Goose. Look at me. I don't know if that's Canadians, how, that's how it would, you know, Canadians would probably speak like that, though, but that's probably go ahead and take the other one. And what's quite strange is, this Canada Geese looks like it's missing the black, as you say, it's actually missing the black section there. So what I'm going to have to do is, actually, to be fairly cheesy, I'm going to add some grey. Obviously, I'm just going to use a bit of a, how would you say, a darkish, slightish greyish pencil, I'm afraid, because I don't think I've got much time. But nevertheless, it will look like the part of a Canada Goose, I'm sure. I'm actually not going to lie to you though, Oh boy, I'm obviously looking forward, to do some more toy reviews in relationship to the 4th of July. That's the only thing I'm looking forward to, Wishka. Okay, so here are the geese, and therefore we've got fairly nice detailing, That's amazing. That's much better, isn't it? With the grey, or I'll just say it, blackish, greyish sort of detailing where the tail and the body borders together, Now it looks fairly nice. Completely and utterly nice. You know, a lot of waterfowl often tend to stay in pairs or alone during the breeding season. Did you know that? Or maybe I'm just completely and utterly wrong. But nevertheless, these guys look completely and utterly cool. And let's go ahead and unpack all of those American black duck themed products, because they're literally the same species. And who cares if they're literally the same species? We've got a dual pack that costs about £3 or £2.99 we have got a 5-pack which costs about £6.99 or £7. And strangely enough, as expensive as it sounds, we've also got a 12-pack, which costs about £14.99. Let's call that £15. It's crazy. We're getting all those ducks being made in one go. Maybe I would have made, like, you know, the ringneck duck, which is of course another duck species from North America. But the reason why I decided to go for these guys is because they're actually a lot more related to the mallard. And they're also a lot more noisy as well. Plus, the ringneck duck would have been quite better off, but I think, you know, the darker colours would have made it quite a complex looking duck to finish off. But anyways, let's go and unpack these guys. What's quite funny is that since these guys are pretty much Americanized, I've got a sneaky suspicion they're pretty much designed after the, how would you say it, you know the duck decoys that people use in North America? I actually sort of see them as that. Okay, so I used to remember thinking about, you know, the duck decoy models, that it's like someone in America has actually made, you know, some waterfowl or, you know, duck-shaped carvings in order to hunt for ducks. You know, that's something I could pretty much, you know, think of, right? There's something pretty close to these guys. So, I mean, there you go, there's two of those American black ducks, who sadly don't actually look black, as their name is a misnomer, because they're actually brown. But nevertheless, they actually do look pretty realistic, but that's what they're meant to be, because obviously, you know, that's pretty much the most, you know, realistic thing. I mean, despite being called the black duck, they're actually not black. I mean, it's just the whole reflection thingamajiggy, but they're actually brown. In reality, there it is there, the male American black duck. Okay, looks fairly nice, and we've also got another one here. Okay, this is a female. Now, there's a bit of a difference here between the male and the female. Of course, yes, I might as well just pretty much, you know, have a go on, you know, maybe go for the lighter section of this toy review, because, you know, it's time to make, you know, make toy reviews a lot more lighter, I suppose. So, I mean, I'm just quite curious on how that toys are pretty much designed, hey? And I'm just hoping that the 5-pack will have more males than females. Okay, so looking at these ducks, they don't look too bad. Of course, yes, they're both based on American black ducks. They are pretty much confused with mallard ducks because they're pretty much related to mallards. But they're also technically the heaviest species of the same duck family in which the mallard is from. And yes, it is. And of course, yes, it's quite crazy. Now, I've actually got more of those. Okay, so looking at more of the other mallards, they look quite different in the way the eyes and the supercilium in the way they've been implemented. But let's take a look at the difference between the male and the female American black duck. I know the body colorization is very similar, but the only difference I can only see is the head. So the head difference overall is quite cosmetic. So what we often see on female American black ducks is that the beak is a lot more of an olive green sort of colour, like a dark olive, you know, sort of yucky, sort of almost like yellowy, sort of greenish sort of hybrid colour. And obviously if you look at the eyes, yes, the eyelashes are pretty much a giveaway, because look at the male, look at the female, look at the male, look at the female, look at the male, look at the female, look at the male, look at the female. How many differences can you spot? Only two. Two differences, right? By the way, without sounding completely and utterly confident, of course, there's all of these guys have pretty much got names. And it's also going to be quite a quick toy review, because obviously I'm just literally reviewing the same critter in different packaging. So obviously they're in different products, alright, but all of these in which contain, you know, these three products contain the same species, and it really is quite strange. Maybe it's something about flip-flap trying to boost as many duck numbers there, but maybe, just maybe, I could make as many, you know, ducks. And you're probably thinking, oh, but Owen, we're going to have too many ducks. Excuse me, but, man, the only thing is that, you know, what I'm doing here is profit. Okay, so obviously the amount of ducks I've been making is just so ludicrous, and here they go. Look at that, it's a big swarm of ducks pretty much coming here. And guess what, they are flown south to spend the winter here, even though it's summertime. And my croc is, maybe they're gathering to get their plumages eclipsed. Because, you know, have you heard of that, or saying that by summertime, ducks often tend to molt their feathers into eclipse plumage in order for camouflaging and to avoid predators getting those guys. I suppose that's something I can really relate to. Yeah, so would have never thought I'll be making more and more American themed products, but this time in ducks and geese. Obviously the Canadian geese were pretty much, they're more Canadian, don't worry. It's just that I'm pretty much going into a bit more of an American sort of roots though, right? Okay, in they go. Oh, crockies, I just can't believe it. I can't believe how much American stuff I'll be looking forward to today. And hopefully this opportunity for mine will be completely and utterly awesome. Here you go. Oh yes, America! Oh yeah! So, if you really enjoyed in this very strange and very quick tour review about American black ducks and the Canadian geese product, of course, if you really enjoyed it, please give this video a like, subscribe for more flip-out tour reviews in the future, and until next time, we've got Toby Play Ocean Canton Bullet Train lining up all the way here. As always, thanks so much for watching, and bye for now. And crockies, I just can't wait to review more 4th of July stuff along the way. Bye.